Have you ever wondered what the true path to Buddhahood entails? What does it mean to walk the road towards enlightenment, and what practices can truly guide us along this sacred journey? Could a single text, a single teaching, unlock the mysteries of spiritual liberation and guide us all the way to the profound state of Buddhahood? Welcome back to the channel, dear friends. I'm your spiritual guide, and today we are diving into one of the most revered and profound teachings in the Buddhist tradition, the Vajra Sutra, or the Diamond Sutra. This text is not just any Buddhist scripture, it is often regarded as the ultimate guide on the path to Buddhahood. Today, I'll take you through an in-depth interpretation of this ancient wisdom, uncovering its true significance and explaining how it holds the keys to spiritual awakening. In the next segment of this video, we will explore the core teachings of the Vajra Sutra, offering you a detailed understanding of its profound insights and practical applications in daily life. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or just beginning your journey, this text has something invaluable for all of us. Through the words of the Buddha, we will learn how to dissolve the illusions that bind us and walk with clarity on the path to true liberation. And now, let's start our deep dive into the core teachings of the Vajra Sutra. This scripture, part of the Mahayana Buddhist canon, emphasizes the nature of emptiness and how understanding this truth is essential for transcending all forms of attachment and illusion. The Vajra Sutra begins with a conversation between the Buddha and one of his disciples, Suphatai, where the Buddha introduces the idea of emptiness, asunyata, and explains how all phenomena, whether physical or mental, are devoid of inherent, permanent existence. This teaching, though seemingly simple, opens up a profound understanding that challenges our very perception of reality. According to the Vajra Sutra, our attachment to the self and the belief in the permanence of things are the primary sources of suffering. The Buddha's teachings emphasize that all phenomena are interdependent, rising and passing away due to causes and conditions. Therefore, nothing in this world possesses a permanent, unchanging essence. This realization of emptiness is essential to overcoming suffering and attaining Buddhahood. The key teachings of the Vajra Sutra. One of the most important concepts in the Vajra Sutra is the understanding of form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. This profound statement encapsulates the essence of Buddhist wisdom, teaching that our perception of the world is not a direct reflection of reality. We see things as solid and permanent, but in truth, they are in a constant state of flux. Understanding that form and emptiness are inseparable helps us cultivate a more flexible, non-attached relationship with the world around us. For example, when we look at an object, we might view it as a fixed, unchanging entity, whether it's a book, a table, or even a person. However, the Vajra Sutra teaches us that this reality is only a temporary construction. What we perceive as solid and enduring is in fact a collection of interdependent elements, coming together due to specific causes and conditions. The moment we realize this, our attachment to things begins to loosen, and we no longer see them as separate, permanent entities. Instead, we see them as transient and interconnected. This concept extends beyond just physical objects to include our thoughts, emotions, and even our sense of self. We often identify ourselves with our thoughts and feelings, believing that they define us. But according to the Vajra Sutra, even our sense of self is an illusion, a temporary aggregation of consciousness and perceptions. When we come to understand this, we can begin to break free from the cycle of attachment and suffering. The importance of non-attachment in the path to Buddha. The Vajra Sutra stresses that true enlightenment, or Buddhahood, can only be attained through non-attachment. This is not merely about letting go of material possessions, but about letting go of the very concept of a permanent self. When we release our attachment to the idea of I and mine, we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities of the universe. In this state of non-attachment, we can experience the world as it truly is, fluid, interconnected, and ever-changing. The Buddha explains in the Vajra Sutra that attachment to fixed ideas, concepts, or even spiritual practices can be an obstacle on the path to enlightenment. This is a challenging notion, especially for those of us who have long held on to beliefs about our identity, our place in the world, or even our spiritual practices. But the key to liberation is to recognize that all these attachments are transient, and by letting go of them, we can free ourselves from the cycle of suffering. The Vajra Sutra also teaches that the practice of generosity, ethics, patience, and wisdom, collectively known as the 6 perfections or paramitas, are essential on the path to Buddhahood. These qualities help purify the mind and gradually led us to a deeper understanding of emptiness and interdependence. By practicing these virtues, we begin to live in harmony with the world, transcending our egoistic desires and moving towards a state of profound peace and liberation. The role of meditation in realizing emptiness. While intellectual understanding of emptiness is essential, the Vajra Sutra emphasizes that true realization of this teaching can only come through direct experience. This is where meditation comes in. Through the practice of meditation, we begin to cultivate a deep awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. We learn to see them as they aren't as permanent truths, but as temporary, fluid experiences, rising and passing away. One powerful meditation practice recommended by the Vajra Sutra is the contemplation of impermanence. By reflecting on the changing nature of everything around us, from the seasons to our own thoughts and emotions, we begin to loosen our attachment to the idea of permanence. We start to see things as they truly are, impermanent, interconnected, and empty of inherent existence. This meditation helps us cultivate the wisdom needed to see beyond the surface of reality and into the deeper nature of existence. By regularly practicing meditation, we can gradually dissolve our attachments and move closer to the state of Buddhahood, where all phenomena are seen clearly and without distortion. Real-life examples of applying the Vajra Sutra's teachings. In daily life, the teachings of the Vajra Sutra can be transformative. Take, for example, a situation where you are caught in a difficult relationship. You may find yourself attached to the idea of a perfect relationship or a perfect partner, but the Vajra Sutra teaches that attachment to fixed ideas, such as these, only leads to suffering. By practicing non-attachment and recognizing the impermanent nature of all things, you can approach the relationship with a sense of peace and equanimity. Instead of expecting the other person to fulfill your needs or conform to your expectations, you can embrace them as they are, recognizing their impermanent nature and allowing the relationship to unfold naturally. In a work setting, you may find yourself attached to the idea of success or recognition. The Vajra Sutra teaches that these desires are also impermanent. By letting go of the attachment to success and focusing instead on doing your work with sincerity and mindfulness, you can find peace regardless of the outcome. This shift in perspective can significantly reduce stress and anxiety, allowing you to experience greater joy and fulfillment in your daily activities. These examples demonstrate how the teachings of the Vajra Sutra can be applied to our everyday lives, helping us to live more mindfully, harmoniously, and free from the attachments that bind us to suffering. The path to Buddhahood through the Vajra Sutra. In conclusion, the Vajra Sutra offers us a profound and practical guide on the path to Buddhahood. By understanding the nature of emptiness, letting go of attachments, and cultivating the 6 perfections, we can gradually transcend the illusions that bind us and move closer to the realization of our true nature. Meditation, wisdom, and the practice of non-attachment are essential tools on this journey. I encourage you to continue exploring the Vajra Sutra and to incorporate its teachings into your daily life. As you do, may you find the wisdom and clarity needed to transcend suffering and step onto the path of enlightenment. Thank you for watching this video. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you found that the teachings of the Vajra Sutra have impacted your life? Let us know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more teachings and insights.